The COVID-19 pandemic has negatively impacted the entire globe. It sucks being stuck at home. The extroverts must be really pissed right now. And I know that there's no scale to measure suffering and no decency in comparing sorrows. However, the story of the Uyghur Muslims truly puts things in perspective. I'm Yuvraj, and this is Machiavellians. For those of you who do not know, the Uyghurs are a Turkic ethnic group whose members are predominantly Muslim. Nearly 11 million Uyghurs live in Xinjiang in the northwest of China. I know that nobody gives a shit about where they live, and I almost decided not to bring up the geography until I stumbled upon the fact that Xinjiang is a resource-rich region, and hence not surprisingly, a major logistics hub of Beijing's most ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, which is a $1 trillion infrastructure project. Right now, what you need to know is that it's a very important project for China and Xi Jinping. And because they're spending $1 trillion for that shit, its importance is way more than that. But this topic deserves its own video. So going back to Uyghur Muslims, the $1 million question remains: why has China detained more than 1 million Uyghur Muslims? Xi Jinping might be the only person who knows all the answers. Is it because of the 2009 riots in Urumqi by the Uyghur Muslims, which China claims were committed by violent separatist groups? And China has been using the same line to justify the treatment of minorities ever since. Or does it mean that the state prefers the ethnic majority, which are the Hans? Favoring majority over minority is not unheard of. Or is it just because they're simply overprotective of their $1 trillion Belt and Road Initiative, and a potential riot is too much of a risk for them? An educated guess would be a combination of all these things. And the sad fact of the matter remains is that out of 11 Uyghurs, more than 1 million have been forced into detention camps. Some estimate that more than 4 million detainees are present. Detention camps are not a fun place to be. But I will not describe the living conditions, because they've been described by better writers, which you'll find in the sources we've given in the description. I would especially encourage you to read this brilliant article by Vaishnavi Chaudhary, in which she explains how the COVID-19 pandemic has made matters worse for this community. Now, detention camps are not famous for their hygiene or their social distancing abilities. These camps will obviously become breeding grounds for the virus. However, we'll never become aware of the repercussions because freedom of press in China, let alone in the Xinjiang province, is a joke. Now I know what you're thinking. The only decent thing to do would be to rescue those poor souls by any means necessary. But it's international politics, and it's never that simple. If the international economy is a human body, then China is one of the vital organs. Chinese products are everywhere. Famous apps like TikTok, PUBG, even your phone might have been assembled in China and you might not know it. There's no reasonable way for us to boycott China without harmful consequences. But then what can we do about this? Well guys, I'll let you know when I figure it out.